the red TV button.
And one of the most important decisions you'll make this election season is Prop 64, the legalization of marijuana. And we wanted to give you a glimpse of what life is like in a world of legal pot. So I traveled to Colorado, where marijuana has been legal since 2012. And I discovered where there is pot, there is both profit and poison.
And on a Saturday, we have 2 grams for 60.
The cash
$77.51
is flowing here at Medicine Man.
21 and 2 right there.
Mainly because that's the only form of payment accepted at Denver's largest marijuana dispensary.
Like a skunk got in my house.
Pot is legal here, yet it's not fully welcomed by the banking industry.
If you order ahead, you get point for every dollar spent.
But there is money to be made in marijuana.
And this year we'll do about $18 million in business.
Medicine Man is not just a dispensary, it's a grow house, and a big one. There are rows and rows with dozens of strains, everything from Kool-Aid Kush to cookies and cream.
Next.
They sell hybrids, edibles, clones, candies, and drinks. Marijuana is a $1 billion industry in Colorado, generating over $135 million in revenue. Business is good, and growth has been tremendous since marijuana advanced from just medical to recreational.
We went from 100,000 patients or 120,000 patients to 1 million customers in Colorado.
Even the governor, who was firmly against the legalization of marijuana, has since softened his stance. Andrew Friedman is the state's marijuana czar.
But I think he's been pleasantly surprised about how well it's worked out in the short term.
And yet, there is still much work to be done. The 16th Street Mall in Denver, a 1.25 mile stretch of shops and restaurants in downtown, was said to be so overrun with young homeless 20-somethings who traveled here from all over the U.S. just for the legal pot. Denver police now assign an officer to each block, paid for by the taxpayers and the business district. State officials say it is still too early to draw any conclusions about the effects of legal marijuana here in Colorado, but here are some of the basics. Marijuana arrests are down, but marijuana-related driving deaths are up. And use across the board for all ages has increased. And according to at least one report, it's increased significantly for youth. And that's a troubling trend.
12 to 17-year-olds.
12 to 17.
Right.
Number one in the nation.
Number one in the nation. 74% higher than the national average, which really ought to be a concern.
A recent poll shows Coloradans still favor legal marijuana. But those in power warn, be educated and aware that what's to come can be both profitable and poisonous.
If you just vote and then walk away, you've kind of not really answered the hard questions.
So there is a lot to be concerned about, but also a lot of cash to be made, especially here in California. We are one of the world's largest economies. It's just a state. We will be exploring this issue further here in the coming days. And if you have questions, send them to me on my Facebook page, Steve Atkinson 10 News, and I'll host a Facebook Live Q&A on legal marijuana at 7:45 p.m.